Well, hello, beautiful people. This is Jessica Jones with Taurus Financial Solutions, coming to you today with a quick video on time horizon and risk tolerance. So I get a lot of questions about how to invest and what to invest in and this sort of thing. Now, as you know, I'm not going to give you any specific advice. You have to do that one-on-one with me or your financial advisor. But these are very, very important factors in determining how you're going to invest your money. So number one, your time horizon is critical, right? Because if you are young in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you have a decent amount of time before you're going to need to access money for retirement funds. Now, having said that, if your goal is more short term or in the near future, like buying a home or investing in a business or something like that, you need to know that. So what do you need the money for, right? Is it for retirement? Is it for a down payment for your new house? What is it for? And how long when are you going to need that money? How soon are you going to need it? If you have the time horizon, let's say you're 35 and you're wanting to retire at 65, you got 30 years. So you can afford to be a little more risky. You got a longer time horizon, okay? Having said that, you also need to take a good look inside your little heart and know yourself, or get to know yourself and your risk tolerance. Because I have clients even in their maybe 30s, 40s, 50s who are pretty conservative and they don't like to lose money. They don't care about the giant gains that they could be getting, in the market with investments. They would rather just be, more conservative, slow and steady wins the race. So anytime you sit down with any financial advisor, they're going to go over this with you, go over your risk tolerance. They're going to go over your time horizon. They're going to go over your goals and what you're working toward. What is the money for? What is the purpose of it? You have to ask yourself that, because when you're looking at accounts, you can't have it all, right? You can't have your cake and eat it too, as they say, right? So really, you're looking at three different functions of money, of accounts, right? You have liquidity, you have safety, and you have growth. Now, typically, you can have two of the three, but usually not all of the three, at least not maximize all the three, right? With a brokerage account, you have the potential for really good growth, you have liquidity, but it's not necessarily safe. I mean, you can be conservative, but you can still lose money, right? If you have like a CD, it's safe, right? You can get a little growth. Right now it's horrific growth, very small, and not really much liquidity either. I mean, you have to wait till it comes due, right? A bank account, it's going to be safe, it's going to be liquid, but you're not going to get much growth, So you really got to ask yourself, what's the most important to you? What is your risk tolerance? Are you going to look at your brokerage account every morning and have a really crappy day if the market's down? You got to know yourself. You got to know if you're going to be able to ride the roller coaster, right? Because brokerage accounts are growth vehicles. They're accumulation vehicles. They are meant to accumulate, and they can do that very well over time. They always have accumulated wealth. But you got to be okay with the ups and downs, and your time horizon is super important, because once you get closer to your time goal, either retirement or buying a house or whatever it may be, college funding, you got to make sure you're not too risky once you get within about 5 years, depending on what the goal is, how big the goal is. But once you get pretty close to that, within a couple years, 5 years of that, when you're going to be needing the money, you may want to be a little more conservative at that time, because you don't want to take on 30% drop in the market or something like that. So really get to know yourself. Ask yourself, do you value the growth? Do you want the growth? Are you okay with the ups and downs in the middle? Because that's what the market does. That's what it's always done. That's what it's supposed to do forever and ever. Amen. Right? So, and that's okay. That's fine. You just have to know yourself and know if it's going to make you insane watching the market every day, or if you're cool with setting a strategy and being like, okay, I'm good with this. I know it's going to go up and down in the interim, but over the long run, we're good. I'm cool with it. If not, you may want to be a lot more conservative. So just ask yourself that. Like I said, any financial advisor you sit down with is going to go over this with you and explain it to you. You just have to be okay with riding the roller coaster. Because if you want the gains, you got to have that little risk element. No risk it, no biscuit, right? All right. Thanks so much for listening. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. It's taurusfinancialsolutions.net. Call me, email me, let me know if you have questions. I'd be happy to help, give you advice, give you options. And as always, thank you for listening. All right. You guys have a fabulous day. Bye.